Chief Nation, it is such an honor and privilege to sit before you today. My name is Kiana Smith, and even though our circumstances are quite unique, given the pandemic and now most recently the weather, nonetheless, it is still an honor to be before you today. Before we get started, let me tell you a little bit about who I am. At the age of 22, I entered the classroom, starting my journey, which is going to be a lifelong journey of education. At the age of 25, I became a middle school principal. And now, at the age of 34, I am an executive director of a pre-K through 8th grade charter school in Tulsa. The state also recognizes me as a superintendent. In addition to education, I have many loves. I love to invest in real estate. I'm a real estate agent. I'm a consultant, and most importantly right now, I am your Black History Month presenter. I am honored to be here, and I'm honored to share with you today something that I love personally, Black history. I know history sits differently with different folks. I know some people think history is boring, nothing but old dates, old people, and times that are so disconnected from where we are today. And then I know some people love history. They're history buffs. I'm one of those people. I love history. I understand that history is not just our past. Our history is something that we carry with us every single day. And I'm excited to share with you all today the bold, the great, and the excellent things that come from our history, Black history. Before we get started, it's the educator in me. I have to start with a quiz. So please tell me this. What did it take for Madam C.J. Walker to become the first woman in U.S. history to become a self-made millionaire? Was it grit or was it magic? What did it take for Shirley Chisholm to become the first African-American woman in the House of Representatives? Was it chance or was it her tenacity? What did it take for Charles Drew to be the first MD to use blood plasma to store blood for transfusion? Was it luck or ingenuity? Last one. What did it take for the 1968 I Am a Man movement to challenge the economic institutions of our country and provide an extra breath to the civil rights movement that challenged our nation's policies and practices of unequal treatment? Was it fate or was it resilience? I have the answers. See, it was not the magic, it was the grit. It was not the luck, it's the ingenuity. It's not fate, but it's resilience. That's who we are. Like James Baldwin said, history is not the past, it is the present. We carry our history with us every single day. We are history. And since we are history, we represent the grit of Madam C.J. Walker. And we come folks like Robert Smith, net worth $5.2 billion, source of wealth, private equity. And we become people like David Stewart, net worth $3.7 billion, source of wealth, information technology. We become folks like Oprah Winfrey, $2.5 billion, source of wealth, media. And folks like Jay-Z, Sean Carter, and also known as Beyonce's husband, net worth $1 billion, source of his wealth, music. And we also become folks like Tyler Perry, who went from being homeless to creating his own studio and now having a net worth of $1 billion. See, it wasn't magic that made them self-made billionaires. It was their grind. It was their hustle. It was their heart. It's that thing inside you that makes you want more. It's that thing inside you that pushes you, that tells you that there are no limits and that impossible is nothing. It's the grit that's in you. That's a part of you. It's the dreamer in you. It's the visionary in you. When people call you crazy, but you have the vision that is so clear, that's who we are. That's our history. That's what we carry with us every single day. With that, it's the same tenacity that we become people like Caleb Hanna, was only 19 and he became a member of the West Virginia House of Delegates. And people like Kaylin Haywood, the youngest member of the state's legislature in Wisconsin at the age of 19. And we become the notable folks like Kamala Harris, who is now the first African American, first woman vice president. It's that part of our history that keeps us speaking, that keeps us leading, that keeps us believing, because one day it will be true. We represent the ingenuity of folks like Charles Drew, and we become people like Dr. Emmett Capel, a renowned NASA biochemist and inventor. Capel holds 14 U.S. patents. Or we become folks like Dr. Hadia Nicole Green, who's revolutionizing the way we treat cancer using lasers to kill the infected cancer cells. It has to be the part that keeps telling us to take risk. It's our history that says, think outside the box, dare to be different, to know failure does not define us, but only refines us in every single moment. And we take that same energy of the I Am movement and the civil rights movement, and we become the Black Lives Matter movement, which is bringing awareness to the importance of Black lives. It's that thing inside us that keeps telling us to keep on speaking, to keep on pacing, to keep on dreaming and envisioning of things greater to come. That's who we are. Our history is not something to sleep on. Our history is something that we must wake up to and wake up with and live with every single day. The torch is not always a physical passing, but an acceptance of you are great. You are the one that's going to continue to dare to be different. You are the one that's going to keep the vision growing, and that you're going to keep the progression happening and making us better each and every day. Remember, Madam C.J. Walker, Shirley Chisholm, and Charles Drew, they did not wake up to a magical wand. They weren't knighted. They weren't even hand-selected to be great. What they did do, they embodied the grit. They knew they had to be tenacious. They had to think outside the box, so they embodied ingenuity. And they were not going to give up, so they became resilient. That's who you are. That's who we all are. That is Black history. And remember, our history is not just those people of the past or events of the past. We carry those things, we carry those people, we carry those fight, right, of grit, tenacity, ingenuity, and resilience with us every single day. So the final question I have for you, what will it take for you? Embody those things. Remember, you are great, and you are writing history every single day. So continue to pick up your pen, continue to believe in yourself, and let's make history, and let's make it great.